went over like a list of things, like if the door's open but then there's something else going on, then you're allowed to be in the room and watching, but you can't be in the room participating. And I was like, dude, you lost me already.
Yeah, that's
so
a lot.
rules.
It's a lot of
Yeah. Oh man.
Which room is which?
Yeah. And I was like, what? And I was like, see, I don't know if I feel comfortable going, man, because I'll be the dude that sees the door open and be like,
Are we
all right.
going now?
Mm-hmm.
We're started already.
It's all right.
All right. Well, we got a new cameraman today. His name's Chris, and he's fired. So we clearly we're not quite prepared to be starting yet, but here we are. Welcome, episode 4. Yeah, men talking real about sex. I'm Kenny. This is Brian and Trey. This is kind of what we do every Wednesday at 10 p.m. We have a lot to get to tonight. First, I want to give a big shout out to Megan and Tim from Boudoir Noir.
Yeah.
They are hooking us up in some pretty spectacular ways, and it's only going to be great for you guys watching, mainly because what we're going to be doing with them is they are going to be giving us products. They're going to be giving us products to try out at home, in our own privacy areas, on our privacy areas, and then we will come on here and tell you all about it because fuck it, why not?
Oh yeah.
So we are very excited about that. So we will definitely have a male sex toy episode coming very soon.
Yes.
Thank you so much to Boudoir Noir.
Thank you.
I'm excited, I guess, is the only word that's appropriate enough to go there.
Yeah.
Also, I want to talk to our guy Trey, who lived his dream a couple weeks ago at Pride.
Yeah.
Got up there and slayed, bitch.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was a little more enthusiastic. So Trey, like, your video on our page is over like 1,200 views on its own.
No way.
Yeah, I'm dead ass serious, dude. I'll pull it up right now.
I haven't watched it.
Don't you ever challenge my facts.
I haven't watched it.
I got stats, bro.
Believe it or not, like all the videos that have been posted about the performance, I haven't watched any of them.
And that was
That's
actually
good, man.
It was actually taken by one of our viewers, Tonya.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that and sending it in. It's a great video. You should definitely watch it because you're fucking badass in it. So
Thanks, dude.
How was that for you? Because I know that was a big to do for you. You were very excited about that.
So like the entire day, like I was pretty much like kind of wigging myself out and making myself nervous. I'm like, what if I fuck up? What if I fuck up?
You're
And,
thinking
like,
worst case scenario.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's gonna be so many people there, and what if I fuck up? So I went on stage earlier in the night to help one of my friends, Alex Renee. She's an amazing drag queen, and I got to do a little performance with her, do some backup dancing. So right before we went on, I'm like, I'm nervous. But the second I walked on stage, it was just nothing.
Nice.
And like I just blacked out, and I was having the best time.
Oh, yeah.
And then like I was standing behind watching everybody else do the show because they were just as nervous as I was. So I was just like, oh, I got nothing to worry about. And then the second they called me up there, I was ready. Like I was in the mind, and I just blanked out. And then I went up there, I saw all the people, and I'm like, this is mine. This is my moment, and I'm taking it. I'm taking it all in.
Nice.
And then right when the song starts, I literally blacked out. I don't remember a thing until the song was over. And everyone's just screaming their head off, and I like just come back, and I'm like,
What just happened?
oh. And then I got my ass off the stage.
Apparently I did well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was the best moment of the year for me so far, and I'm just ready to do more.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got some out of town things that you're doing
Yeah,
now.
I have a show in Mishawaka at the R Bar. This is my first out of town show. And thank you, Alec, and thank you, Dixie, for getting me that booking show. I'm really excited to do that.
We taking over, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. We also posted that video. That video, you can see the snippet of Trey on the Facebook page as well as on our YouTube page. So that video is a couple places, and he hasn't even seen it. So he's not like me. Like I have to watch myself after and see how bad I suck and how ugly I look on camera.
I just watched a couple of my performances before. I'm like, am I really making that fucking face? Because I make weird faces when I'm performing because I'm just into it, you know?
Yeah, great video. Another thing that I want to get into is we posted on the Facebook page about the local swingers club here possibly being shut down by the city.
Yeah.
And I'm anti that. I don't know.
I'm anti it.
Let it happen, man.
Yeah. So, my kind of feeling on is, they're not hurting anybody. Nobody's there that doesn't want to be there.
And
so.
it's not just a place you can go to. Like, I don't think people realize the process you have to go to just to be able to get in the door. You have to pay like 2 fees just to apply to get in.
Right.
And then they have to accept your application. And then even then, when you show up on one of their nights, you still got to pay $30 to get in.
Man.
It's not just a place you could show up to and just like, your kids are just going to be there and they're part of an orgy.
Yeah,
or
you're not
something.
paying like a $5 cover and walking in.
No, you're dropping a pretty penny to be able to even to be permitted anywhere near their front door.
So I did ask on the Facebook page if we had any viewers or anyone that follows if they'd been to the club and kind of their insight on it. And we got a response that I think is actually done really well. Someone says, I've been to the club multiple times. It's not just about sex, it's so much more. I enjoy going there for the atmosphere. The music is great. Lots of security and no drama ever, which can't really be said about any club I've ever DJ'd in or been to. There's always hella fights and people doing stupid things.
Name a bar. There's 2 fights
exactly.
a night minimum.
Exactly. And so I asked, kind of, what do you think is going to happen to the people that frequent this place if it shuts down? To which they responded, let's see here. She goes, I know some hotels have swingers parties and orgies parties in them, so I think those will become more frequent. But when they have them, anyone can go that hears about it. There is no security. It's going to cause quite a few more issues going that route.
Oh yeah,
and
I can see that.
I completely agree. I think it's not something you're going to stop just by shutting down the club. It's something that's just going to move somewhere else and be less safe and less contained. So we are behind the Champagne Club 110%.
Oh, 100%.
And hope that kind of
And I gotta
goes
say,
their
they
way.
do some. I was telling you, one of my friends goes there.
Yeah.
And so I've looked into going before, and they do a lot of like themed nights
Oh yeah.
where it's like this Saturday night is like toga night, and he said you show up and like everyone is in a toga, and you look like a weirdo if you show up like in normal clothes. Like,
Yeah.
And then one night it'd be like leather night, or the next night it'd be like beach night, and everyone's in swimsuits. Like they have full-on themed nights, and there literally is nowhere else in town that does anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
None of the big clubs or bars in town have anything like that. Closest thing to it is Halloween.
Halloween.
And that you could basically go anywhere and find people in costumes. You don't even,
Yeah.
You don't even have to go out. You just stay home.
For sure. So I'm glad that you brought up leather. Or first.
I didn't even think about that. Perfect segue.
I'm really glad that you brought up leather because we are going to talk about some kinks tonight. That's kind of the theme for tonight. And we are also going to play a game that I invented based on our friend Kat that was here last week. Last week she said she didn't want to yuck anybody's yum.
That's the best
so
thing ever.
we're going to do exactly that. We love you, Kat, but fuck that. We're going to play Yuck or Yum. These two had no idea that I came up with this game.
Yuck or Yum.
I asked
love
you
it.
what it
I love
was
it.
before, and I'm like, oh.
Trey walked in, he's like, what is Yuck or Yum that we're playing? You'll find out when we play it, motherfucker.
Alright.
Okay, so let's do a couple kinks, then we'll do Yuck or Yum, and then we'll get to my kink that I kind of read up on earlier, because it's something that I don't think many people know about, but it's very interesting, to say the least.
Like
So-
most kinks are.
Most kinks are very interesting. Okay, so Trey, why don't you go first with your kink, which is leather? Is
The fun stuff.
yeah.
So like the leather fetish or like community kind of started back in like the 40s, where like motorcycle clubs started becoming a little bit more popular, and then like more as you like through the years it turned into a swing into the BDSM community in like the 1970s or so. So the leather fetish is not really about like strapping people to just things and like, you know, abusing people or whatever. It's
Right.
nothing like that. It's mostly just pushing people's sexual boundaries to a place where like they never thought that they could go to before. And so like just through the years it's just been getting way more popular and men are in it, women are in it. You got dominatrixes, you have the leather daddies. A lot of it's like pretty much if you're into the whole aesthetic, like the leather, the harnesses, the hats, the boots, the whole get up, whatever. Some people just like wearing it out and just feeling confident in it.
At Pride, I saw there were lots of guys walking around with leather dog masks on. Is that part of that, or is it?
I believe so. Like it's like a dominance and
one guy definitely had like a leash.
Yeah, it's a dominance thing.
His partner was walking him with the leash. So.
It's like the dominance sex slave kind of a thing. You listen to daddy and do what daddy tells you to do.
Okay, well I'll write in on shit.
It's all consensual.
It's all consensual.
Yes,
Consent is a big thing here on Men Talking Real About Sex. I am very, very, very much for consent.
Fuck the show. It's a big thing.
It should be a big thing. It should be a big thing for everyone always because without consent,
because it just should.
Yeah, it just should.
Haven't you learned anything, kids?
Do you not watch SVU? Yeah.
Don't put your hands on people unless they ask.
Absolutely. Or unless there's a safe word involved, and once they say the safe word, pineapples, meatloaf, whatever, you can stop at that point. So you also posted on the page a leather thing that we had.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Here in Fort Wayne.
Yeah. After Dark does leather nights usually the first Friday night or Saturday night of the month, and men, women, anyone can go and enjoy themselves and like dress in their harnesses and get spanked by my good friend Gordon. He gives people spankings in the bear den.
Okay.
I've been spanked by Gordon, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked it afterwards.
I know Gordon, he's the bigger guy, right?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, different Gordon.
Normal size dude.
Different Gordon that likes to spank people.
Because like I was like shit can drunk one night, and I was like, I'm gonna get spanked. Why not?
Oh, you did it.
Oh, I did it. Yeah.
And
like I just like bent over the bar, and he just started like hitting me with the whip over and over, and I was just like, I looked back, and like, is that all you got?
okay. So you said that, and
then he just went more and went a little longer and harder, and then afterwards I was just like, okay. I got it.
Nice.
Regretted it in the morning.
Regret it in the morning, yeah.
I have no regrets.
I have no regrets.
Never mind then.
I regret nothing.
Everyone took turns getting spanked. It was pretty fun.
Okay.
Alright.
I thought about getting one of those harnesses too.
The leather harnesses?
Mhm.
You should go for it.
I think
they're
they
expensive.
I've seen a couple online that are like around like between like $100 to $300 or so bucks. It just depends on what design you get.
Yeah.
Like you can get ones that like go over the shoulders, over the chest, or you can get ones that come and connect all the way down.
Well, the good news is now we have the Boudoir Noir thing, and I am absolutely positive that leather harnesses are something that we can talk to them about.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be cheaper than anything you're going to be looking at
Yeah.
online. So shout out to those guys because that's great. All right, Brian.
All right.
Your assignment was
It was interesting. To say the least. It really was. It was different. To me,
the assignment Brian had was the DDLG.
Yeah.
Dominant daddy, little girl. Yeah.
But I learned it's not limited to daddy being the dominant and the girl being the little. They've reverted or changed it essentially to being. Oh man, now I can't remember what they called it. Hang on, I just had it.
Yeah, we have time for him to Google. Apparently.
No. Hang on, I got it on my phone already.
So,
I was reading about it.
Oh, he like.
Yeah. It's daddy dominant little girl, but they've changed it to being, where is it at? Caregiver / little, because sometimes as the guy, apparently you don't always want to be the dominant one. You can be the submissive one.
So you can be a switch.
So then you obviously can't be, generally with the title, you couldn't be a boy and be a little girl.
Right.
So then they've changed it to being caregiver little, where the guy could be the little,
Okay.
the submissive one.
So
and
just
the
make it
female is the
more
dominant
gender
one.
neutral.
Right.
Got it.
And essentially, it's just somebody takes the dominant role where they almost take like a parental role, and the other person takes a submissive role where they take the role of almost a child, and they literally act, behave, talk like a child.
Okay.
You play with toys, you watch cartoons, you play with your food, you throw your macaroni on the floor. Like you would essentially choose an age that you like acting like.
That you would almost identify as.
Yeah, like say for example me, maybe I would choose to act like an 8-year-old, and I just pretend to always be 8 years old.
Right.
And then my dominant would then in turn be almost like my parent, and it's not always a sexual thing.
Okay.
Sometimes they have sex, which to me is a little weird. But that's just me. I don't want to pretend.
Yuck anybody's yum.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, for me personally, I don't want to feel like or act like I'm having sex with someone underage. It's a little too far for me. But that's
Not your king.
not my cup of tea, right?
Right.
But some people do. That's cool. I mean, at the end of the day, the other person is not technically 8 years old. So,
Right.
but apparently it's not always sexual. Sometimes it's just literally acting the part. And then you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning, you go to work and you act like a grown ass adult and like nothing ever happened. And then you walk in the door and you're 8 years old again. And I don't know.
You know what? I could go back to being 8 years old. I think, you know what? Give me my fucking Transformers and cartoons. Like 8 years, I could do 8. I couldn't do like, I don't think I could do
If I could
diapers.
pretend to be an
I know-
8-year-old, if I could pretend to be an 8-year-old with a beard, I wouldn't be against it. I'll watch all my cartoons all day as long as I have a beer in my hand. I'll play with toys, video games, the whole 9 yards. Shit, I do have that anyways.
Yeah, I was
To
gonna
be
say,
honest, I'm sure you're still taped to play
So,
video games
yeah,
and read
You
comic
just can
books.
throw
Like,
macaroni.
yeah, I just can't throw my food against the wall and throw a fit. You know, what do you mean macaroni
you
again?
mean back around? I'm not
Damn it, Mom!
eating this.
I want the meatloaf again.
Again! Meatloaf twice. In
I
one.
said not the purple plate.
Oh, hell.
Okay, so I know that I just told Brian we're not going to yuck anybody's yum, but that was some bullshit. So we're going to play a game called Yuck or Yum, and I'm going to give these guys a scenario or kind of a sex kind of topic,
Okay.
and their response is going to be yuck or yum. And I am so excited to see how this goes. It might be. I can't believe we haven't been canceled yet. Listen.
We got close.
We got close. I was in Facebook jail for a whole day. So that's how this is gonna go, and it's either gonna be great or it's gonna suck balls. Either way. So
It's gonna be great.
speaking of sucking balls, having your balls sucked.
Oh, that's a big yum.
Big yum.
Yeah.
Depending on how they're doing it, it could be a yuck or a yum for me.
Okay.
What do you mean?
All right, I'll give you that.
How is it a yuck?
Because sometimes if someone sucks too hard and you have sensitive
Yes.
balls, it's gonna hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, that could be painful.
Yeah.
That could be painful.
Some people don't know how to not use their teeth either.
Oh my god. No.
Oh.
Unless you
no.
want your balls
Oh.
to feel like they're in a cheese
No,
grater.
yeah, no.
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 You guys didn't see
No.
cameraman Chris's face on the.
So generally, the idea of it,
You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying, right?
Yes. Yeah, overall.
Okay.
the idea of it is a yum.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Having your nipples played with.
That's a big yuck for me.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck for me.
I
I am not a
yeah.
nipple guy.
That's a triple yuck on
No,
that.
I'm good. It number one, it does nothing for me, and two, I just feel awkward because it does nothing for me,
Right.
and so I'm literally just sitting there like, are you done, or can we move on to something else?
I think if you have like sensitive nipples, it'll probably be better. Or if you have like pierced nipples. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I've
I
heard
can
like
see
from
that,
a lot
yeah,
of people
yeah.
like after like they got their nipples pierced, they're all into the whole nipple play.
Yeah.
But before that, they were just like, well, whatever.
Okay. Pet names for your penis.
That's a big yuck for me.
Yuck.
I've never done it.
You've never named your penis.
No, I just named him the little guy, I guess.
The little guy.
My little guy. You know.
The
That's
little
about
guy.
as close as I've gotten to pet names or naming him in general. I've never.
What about allowing your partner to name it?
I mean, I've never had that either, but I guess I'd be open to it if I liked the name. You know.
It'd
Okay.
be like a code thing, like say, hey, I want to go see at home.
Oh,
Okay.
like
you
petting
know?
the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like petting the dogs. Yeah,
I
right,
see
petting
where
the
it
dogs.
goes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Trey, yuck or yum on the naming of your member?
I'll go with the yuck. I don't think about that.
No?
Nah.
No. I've never named mine. I do have, okay, so my day job, I have a dildo in my office, and his name is O. Henry. That's a very true story. Someday I'll bring O. Henry on, and
Maybe guest appearance.
we'll definitely get canceled after that. After I bring O. Henry on, we're done. Cameraman Chris, do you yuck or yum on the naming of your junk?
I mean, I'm kind of like I guess like a 3/4 young.
3/4 yum.
Oh, so he's there. He's
He's
halfway
there.
Yeah. He's halfway. We'll take it.
Yosef.
Yosef.
Oh, man.
Yosef.
Like you.
So here's that.
Way before.
I have to explain why this is so funny to me because cameraman Chris is from Bern.
You literally just gave away who I am.
And the fact that
You're
he-
the only one that lives there.
the fact
Do I
that
just step in a frame now?
it was fucking
His DMs
yeah.
just blew up.
So what's up, Chris? So the fact that he named his dick an Amish name.
I didn't. I did not give myself that. That's not a self-described name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you went with Joseph, and I was like, man, that's very descriptive. Like,
Yeah.
what's up, Matthew? Like, like, I'm gonna name my dick Jorge. You know, hey, what's up, Jorge?
What do you do when you meet another dude named Yosef after that?
Where do you find the guy?
Have you ever?
I know somebody named Yosef.
I don't know how that's possible.
I know you better shake them with your left hand.
Oh man, if you're watching this, have hands with Chris always.
For the viewers, I am ambidextrous, so it's cool either way.
Oh man.
We are getting canceled for sure.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Man,
This was fun.
we haven't even gotten to my kink yet.
Woo! Oh man.
All right, so Yuck or Yum was a huge success.
Yes, it was.
I want to keep this going.
You want to keep it going? All right, we can. Let's see here. What can I think of? Hold on, I'm gonna drink here. Go ahead. Somebody else shout one out.
All right, I'm gonna give you one of my yums. You tell me.
Why are you breathing so heavy?
I had to catch my breath after the whole Yosef conversation, man.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? I'm gonna give you one of my yums.
I was like, oh.
Okay, go for it, man. What are we doing?
All right, nibbling on your member during oral, not biting.
A courteous drag.
What?
What? The courteous drag.
That was the greatest description I've ever heard. I like it.
Courteous
Courteous
drag.
drag.
Thank you.
I'm all for a courteous
I don't think
drag.
that's
I enjoy it.
ever happened to me. I actively avoid teeth in that area as much as possible. But I don't know. I've never had it, so I can't confirm yuck or yum.
I'm gonna say a little bit of a yuck on my part.
Yeah,
Like it just depends. Like
No, kind of
depends on the person. If they don't know how to like nibble, but they know how to bite, then I'm totally against
Yeah,
it.
but
But
I'm
if,
not
like,
talking like a full on like
a chomp.
No,
But
Yeah,
if it's
no,
like
no,
you
no,
know
no,
like.
no,
because that's a thing.
no. Oh,
That's a-
nope.
That's a thing.
But I can
No
see,
Pac-Man.
I can see where it could be like, okay, this is not bad, kind of a thing.
Like you enjoy a nibble on the ear, you know?
Yeah, that's my ear though.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about Pac-Man though.
it's a little.
Ow.
Nice down there sometimes.
Okay, Trey, you got a yuck or yum? You wanna
Licking chocolate off of people's bodies.
licking to Okay, so first of all,
talked about this
chocolate.
last
We talked about this last week. Yeah,
Yeah.
chocolate is not great for female genitalia at all. No food is. However,
Like if it's on the
If you're
body.
keeping
if,
it
it's,
like,
if you're keeping it above the waist,
Yeah.
or not in that area,
I've never used foods below the waist.
Me either. Mine's just mostly like, oh
Yeah,
my body,
I've never-
the
I've-
neck. the chest kind of a thing, or
But
down the stomach.
Big yum. I'm a chocolate guy, so I mean, sheets are gonna get messy, but you'll have to wash those. But yes, keep.
No, that's when Kat said you put the one sheet.
You
over.
put the plastic sheet down because of the
and
murder
then you
scene,
have the fun, and then
yeah.
you take it off, and then your bed is fine.
Yes. Thank you, Kat, for your sex sheet advice. We can't. We can't wait to have you back. Okay, so that has been Yuck or Yum. Now we're going to talk about my kink that I looked into, which is saline injections, which is literally they take a needle full of saline and inject it into the skin, just under the skin. They don't go into the muscle, and so that it swells up a body part. So it's apparently more popular with guys getting their scrotum injected, and it's called ballooning. And so it blows up the scrotum and the testicle area, and it takes away kind of sensation. It takes away sensation, so I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, you lost me there.
But it's because it's more for people that are into medical play or needle play. Things like that.
Hunting knives.
So yeah, people that are essentially trying to get past so your pain and your pleasure sensors in your brain kind of overlap.
Okay.
And so what they're saying is once you get past the pain, because your pain is your body like warning you, saying, hey, stop this, I don't like it.
Right.
So once you get past that, your body does something else which makes you feel better instead, which is like endorphins and dopamine and things like that. So
interesting.
It's kind of that type of thing. Women are using it, and drag queens are using it to be injected into their chest.
Okay.
So like if a woman is thinking about getting a breast implant operation or something like that, they can have her go up a couple cup sizes with saline injections, so she can see how it looks, walk around for a couple days, get a feel for it, because it's saline, so the body absorbs it within 24 to 48 hours. So she can walk around for a couple days with an extra, 2 cup sizes.
Wow.
And be fine. Or if a drag queen has a show that night, she can go in and get that done and have her boobs looking great for when she goes out and does that.
I need to talk to some of my friends. Shit.
You got the Mission Walker show coming up.
Y'all can stop duct taping your titties every night. Let's go with that,
I'm sure it's not cheap, and I don't know.
I can't imagine that's cheap.
Don't do it yourself either.
No. That is something that definitely needs to be done by a trained professional. But women are also doing it. They will do it in their labia or their clitoral hood or in their clitoris, because it engorges it and makes it more sensitive down there for them. So that's the kink that I read up on.
I don't know if I'd be down for that, man.
Balloon balls doesn't sound appealing.
I don't even mean
It doesn't-
on
well-
myself. I just mean like if she was gonna do it on herself, I don't know if I'd be.
It'd be different.
Yo, can we just have sex?
No. It's 2019, man.
We gotta bring needles and saline sacks into the picture.
No, not necessarily needles and saline sacks.
No, but I'm saying
You're definitely allowed to have your hard limit.
No,
of
I'm saying
needles
in that
and-
situation, like I don't think I'd be like, you know what? I'm actually tired. I'm gonna go home.
I'm gonna go home.
Pet the dog.
He's
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna-
fucking liar. He's a
I'm gonna
liar.
I'm gonna go home and pet
You're
my dog.
lying so hard right now. Be honest.
Put the needle
Be
away.
honest.
We can get to work.
Okay, exactly.
But that's what I mean. But if she's like, no, I gotta do this real quick. I got work in the morning.
Are we having sex or are we watching Botch? Like,
No, like I'm saying, if she shows up and it's already done.
Oh, I mean, if it's already done, I guess I wouldn't.
There's no way
I wouldn't
you're turning
even-
it away.
I mean, she wouldn't even have to tell me. I probably wouldn't even know.
You would know.
I'd just be like, man, that thing's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a
But if she didn't tell me, I probably wouldn't question it.
it would be a healthy amount of pussy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's oh shit. All right. Well, I think that just about does it for tonight.
Oh man.
I can't wait to see the messages we get behind this shit.
Yeah. When's O. Henry coming through, man?
Oh, I'll bring O. Henry next week and fuck it. We'll jump this shark all the way.
I'm not gonna fuck O. Henry.
No, I'm not asking you. I gotta take him back to work. I have to take O. Henry
You
back
said
to
we'll
work.
bring him and fuck it.
I said, well,
How about that?
Frank.
Then we're definitely canceled.
Whoa, we're canceled for sure.
We're canceled, man.
Do that on Facebook Live. We're out of here. That's it.
That's a completely different show.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
That's a 3 a.m. show.
That's
That's a show people gotta give us tokens for, you know.
we'd have to do that on YouPorn.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Can you go live on like?
You do one of the campsites, get tokens and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're gonna start asking me to do like
Yeah.
shit I'm not comfortable
We're
with.
just gonna open a can of soda, call it a day.
No, I'm just. You know what? I'm gonna look into like going live on Pornhub and see if we can do that.
I feel like we could get away with it.
But I don't know if it's an option.
To have clothes on?
No, to go live.
Yeah, they got the
To
cam
do live,
things.
yeah.
Imagine it wouldn't be.
They got the cam.
Yeah, they got cam things on
You're
there.
more
They all
well
have
versed
it on
in
there.
Pornhub than I am.
They have like the cam thing. You can go live on there.
You know what?
have your own channel.
Facebook cancels us. We're going to
I'm just
Pornhub,
saying.
y'all.
I feel like if you go to Pornhub, they're gonna cancel us because we're like, yo, you guys still have clothes on after 6 episodes.
6 episodes. All right. Well, please don't stop watching us. Also, 2.7 thousand views seems to be our plateau. I would like to get past that. So if we could get anybody sharing video,
Share the videos.
share the video, share the page, get our likes on all your Insta, Facebooks,
Yeah.
Twitter tubes.
all
Shit,
stuff.
even put it on Pinterest. Moms love Pinterest.
Put it on. Upload this shit to Pornhub. Fuck it.
All the tube sites.
All the tube sites. Anything that will allow video.
Catch us on the web.
Catch us on the interwebs for sure. So once again, thank you all. Wednesday at 10 p.m. next week we will be back, and I don't know when I'm getting our first shipment of fun things from Boudoir, but that will probably be
We will
later.
let y'all know.
That will probably be later this week. And then once I get those, you can rest assured that we will bring our sexy asses on here and have some very detailed
reviews for you.
Yes,
guys.
very detailed reviews. So thank you all so much. We will see you next week. Have a good night.